Welcome back to Good Day Sacramento. Okay, here's the thing we understand. We've all been left without power over the last couple of weeks, and we've been dealing with stormy weather, which means we have to stay in the house, right? So what have you all been doing with your family and friends as you stay inside? Well, I can tell you right now, There and Back Cafe is going to help solve that issue. If you haven't been doing anything with some really fun board games, I mean, endless games. Anything you can imagine, they have it. This is all in partnership with Capital Books, which is just down the street on K. This is Ross, the man. We love you, Ross. Good to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we were talking about this. You're like, okay, what do people do when they're at home and we're dealing with what we've been dealing with? And you're like, we have to have you come out and talk about some cool games that we have.
When the power goes out and you can't watch TV and you can't play, any of your computer games, board games are what still work.
Yes,
so.
yes, I love that. So, I mean, you have a plethora of games. Just tell me, I mean, for you guys to have this level of a collection, you've been doing this for some time.
Yeah, and we've actually had customers donate stuff. So when we first opened up, I had a guy donate 2 really old Lord of the Rings games to the store, that one of which I didn't even know existed.
Wow, I love that. Okay, so what we decided to do is set up a couple of tables with really cool games. Let's start here.
Okay, Settlers of Catan is one of the very big classic games that's been around a long time, but it is endlessly replayable.
Ooh,
so every time you play it, you set up a new board, so you have no idea what the game's going to be until you start playing.
Okay.
So it is easy for 2 to 4 people in the basic game, and then there are down here, there are like 8 expansions that make the game more and more complicated by adding in.
Okay.
Yep. So you can add in explorers, you can add in dragons, you can add in Vikings, all of those things.
Love that. And then keeping it pretty local. What I love here is Bike Route Sacramento. How cool.
Yes. And so this is a kind of a cooperative game. So with some games, once you build a route, nobody else can use it. Here, if you build a route, other people can use it. So the goal is how many different places can you link to with your bike route versus somebody else's?
I mean, I felt like a kid again when I walked in. It felt like Chutes and Ladders or Sorry.
Yeah.
It's how it felt, right?
It's a simple game, but it's also all the basics of Sacramento.
Yes, and I want to pop over to Katie for about 30 seconds, but if you guys remember, Monopoly said, hey, we want to do a Sacramento edition. Well, that Sacramento edition is officially out, and Ross, of course, carries it. So, Katie, tell me well, this is a basic Monopoly game, but with really cool Sacramento landmarks.
Yeah, it features many local spots like Faces, Smud, Old Ironsides, and even the Capitol building.
I mean, super cool. Again, basic game, but all the places that we know. We see National Proper there. The list goes on. Tower Bridge. Oh, this is fantastic. Now, every game that you're seeing here, guys, they will have it at There and Back Cafe, just next to Cathedral Square off of K Street. Also, too, they'll have it at Capital Books as well. And what's the website if people want to get some more information?
CapitalBooksOnK.com.
All right, there it is. I'm not kidding, guys. This bike route game, I don't know what it is, but my inner child just keeps resorting back here. You can get a cup of coffee, by the way. Have a seat. Steve, have a seat with me, and then we'll play a little game.
We like games.
I'm kind of into that Monopoly game.
Oh, that's a lot of pieces.
Right,
because
there.
when you land on Faces, all of a sudden music starts playing.
All right, have fun.